Life is so much easier with a great sense of humor, and no one ever said it had to be rated PG. Sometimes it feels good to let out our inner smartass and drop a few F-bombs. Smartass and Sass is a subscription box meant for unashamed, mouthy mofos. Get your fix of brazen humor each month.
Smartass and Sass items are curated and personally tested by the SNS team, a group of really mouthy mofos who want you to get a good laugh in your day. SNS partners with some of the best small businesses to bring you trendy and snarky items each month.
This one was heavily kitchen themed because we got measuring spoons, a beeswax wrap for food, which
Love
is a
that.
reusable. Yeah, and dish towel that says "Get the fuck out of my kitchen,"
which is something I say on the regular. Also, we're on the road a lot right now, and we got a travel toothbrush holder, which is very handy because I do not like sitting a toothbrush just willy-nilly on a hotel sink. I got to have it locked up.
Yeah, this has got a whole tube you can put it in. It fits right in our bag. Each big box contains one Smartass and Sass design t-shirt and has between 7 and 9 unique items.
Other subscription sizes are also available. Subscribe at smartassandsass.com. Use code CREEPY for 15% off new subscription and shop orders. And follow Smartass and Sass on social media for your daily dose of attitude.
The Discovery City, the capital of Ohio, C-Bus is the gateway to many things: industry, museums, and a world-class education at The Ohio State University. But lurking just moments away of the home of the Buckeyes is a doorway to something more sinister. Is this location just a hangout for skaters and teens, or is it a portal to the underworld? This week's episode is The Gates of Hell.
In the night, your heart fills with dread. Probably a murderer who wants you dead. It could be a ghost, a demon, or worse. Perhaps you're the victim of a witch's curse. It's hopeless, you're doomed. You'd call a priest if you could. You'd rather just listen to Sinisterhood.
We had never been to Ohio.
Never.
What a great bunch of people we met.
I'm telling you, every single person we ran into, everybody, we had a lot of door holder openers. How you doing? Folks just that I think genuinely wanted to know how I was doing. A nice gentleman at a shop called Local where they sell candy and things like that explained to me how McDonald's Big Mac meals used to be $2.50 and now they're $10. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm sure that was a thing, but it was just like we just got in a conversation. It was like a super easy conversation.
Is that where you
after I spilled my coffee and he cleaned it up for me. It was very nice.
Was that where you got Paris his Buckeyes?
Yes, he texted me specifically and said, I looked it up. There are candies called Buckeyes, and it's peanut butter with chocolate around it. Because a Buckeye is a nut-looking situation.
Oh, okay.
So these are candy versions of those, and they are peanut butter with chocolate around them. I may have eaten several
They're delicious.
before.
I got a Buckeye cookie. It was a peanut butter cookie, and there was a lot of really good icing on top, kind of like creamy peanut butter and chocolate icing with little Buckeye candies in it. So, oh God, I've thought about that cookie every day since I ate it. It was so freaking good.
We ate good on this trip. We had a stop at the Rusty Bucket. We had bucket punch.
And I had a delicious Bloody Mary. One of the better ones. Y'all all know I love Bloody Marys. And we're on tour. I always get one wherever we go because I like to rate them and see.
Yeah, you got to try it.
And this was up there. This was really good. Also, I got a Turkey Club sandwich. It was really good. We're all very impressed with how good the food was.
Yeah, we ate good. And then watching the footage of us actually climbing in the gates of hell, I was yelling, I drank something out of a bucket. And you go, I'm 2 Bloody Marys deep. And we just kept going.
As we're just clamoring over what was a more intense hike than I was anticipating.
We hiked to the gates of hell. We saw the actual gates themselves. The footage, of course, I'll edit it all together and put it on Patreon by the end of the week. But it is, looks like the Blair Witch. My footage shot looks like the Blair Witch because I put the phone in my front chest pocket so I could use all fours to climb up a
It was a
mud
all
wall.
fours situation to get up and down the the cliff it was like 10
Yes.
feet tall, but I'm calling it a cliff.
It was a clip. But then the footage of Leanne, who is a hiker, and she got out in front of us to turn around and shoot us. It's completely, it looks like it was on a tripod.
Yeah,
I mean, it's...
She was way ahead. And then you were too. And I was like, how am I so slow? And you go, I'm coming back for you. And you came back and you were a spotter because there wasn't a lot to hold on to.
No, it's like sloping wooded area that we came down to in the Gates of Hell. So, and the graffiti upon, memory was great. And then rewatching the footage, there is some impressive graffiti. There's also some not so impressive graffiti, which we talk about in the show. But it was just such a cool experience to see something on, see pictures of stuff, hear lore about it, and then actually go down there and come back up.
And meet some very nice teens. I don't think they were teens. They were probably maybe 20, I would say. 20, 21.
Yeah, he was less than 20, maybe 21, but not much older
around
than that.
there.
Yeah, and I mean, he's not a teen. He had to have time to grow his ponytail out.
That's true. He was great. We spoke with them for several minutes. But then most importantly,
yes,
after what I consider a rigorous exercise, it was more exercise I've had in a while.
We were out of breath. It counts.
We thought, gosh, we are so thirsty. What could we have right now? Well, to get to the Gates of Hell, you got to park behind a Tim Hortons. We don't have Tim Hortons in Texas, which might be for the best because the amount of Tim Hortons iced caps I have consumed over the past week, staggering.
Yeah,
they're
and dangerous.
That was our first one was by the Gates of Hell, and we were hooked from the first sip.
You can't forget. I made the mistake. I don't say it was a mistake, but I got the salted caramel ice cap, which was great. It's a limited edition, but there's the good old standard, old-fashioned ice cap is just as well. So we had quite an experience, and then
I had two in one day.
Yeah, we did.
I don't want to know the caloric situation.
Nah,
I'm
good to
I'm
go.
Good. I'm good.
Nah, it's a tour only thing. But we had a great show at the Funny Bone in Columbus, and so thanks to everybody at the Funny Bone for having us. And in the meet and greet, two exciting things happened.
Yes.
One, we met a family member. We talk about a Columbus citizen named Wally Carl in the show. We actually met a cousin. I think it's a second cousin of his, and they said 100% exactly like you described.
She said, I cannot wait for our next family Thanksgiving because I'm going to ask him about this.
Yes.
And we said,
he's
please
an
DM
expert.
us, interview him if you can, and then DM us the interview.
And then most importantly, we adopted a child together.
We were presented with a child, and we said yes. We said yes, we would like this child in our life. Baby is now on tour with us. If you have been to any of the live shows thus far, you have met Baby. Baby sits on stage with us now, and Baby is a baby Mothman.
Yes.
He is basically a baby doll that has been lacquered in black paint. He has giant red eyeballs things, wings.
Golf balls.
He's got a lot of feathers on him. He is he's now like our Flat Stanley. We're taking pictures of him wherever we go. He had his first plane ride yesterday, which was very exciting. And he'll be with us at all the other live shows. So if you'd like to meet Baby, you got to come.
And I'm looking forward to taking Baby through airport security at every place that we go from now on.
Yes. Yeah. We said we're going to get a baby Bjorn and maybe a tiny stroller so Baby can just travel like a baby should.
Leave. And Leanne's bag got flagged at the TSA coming back with Baby in it. And we thought, oh, God, did they flag it because of Baby? And the guy's like, you got a whole bottle of water in here. Okay, well,
didn't comment on Baby.
Travel. So we had quite a time. This is just the first of many fun shows that we got to do on the road and places we got to see. We actually, as much as we can, go and visit the stuff that we cover. And we're pretty much, I say we're 4 for 4 on this one of visiting with folks because of we'll get into it later when we let y'all hear the Detroit show. But I think that our interview with a real Ghostbuster counts us as on the ground research.
Yes. Yeah, we've had a great first leg of our tour. We're home for this week to just not relax because there's zero relaxing going on.
It's all work.
It's all writing for the next leg of the tour and recording new stuff to put out on Patreon and stuff. So, and then we're off again next week.
And if you're a getting into it tier member, you can vote on our next week's episode. We have 3 really exciting possible topics. They're all based on, they're all the underlying cases from either a documentary or a docuseries. So you can choose from true crime. You can choose from Candy, the new Hulu docuseries, No Good Deed, which is not docuseries. It's a dramatic series. It's almost like the Gypsy Rose miniseries, and then No Good Deed, which was a documentary on Hulu, or the Hustlers, the movie Hustlers, the underlying crime under that. So go to patreon.com/sinisterhood and you can decide what next week's topic is. So that's the one we're going to do for y'all next week. And come see us on tour. We're probably going to be in a city near you. Next up, we're going to Raleigh, Nashville, and Atlanta. We're also hitting Philly, Boston, Chicago, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and New York City. Milwaukee. Can't forget Milwaukee. I'm excited about going to Balzac's.
What's that?
It's a really good restaurant in Milwaukee.
I'm down for. Is it Balzac's or Balzac's?
It's Balzac's.
Ballzac's?
Only one L.
Okay.
One L, full sack.
I like it.
Balzac's.
We're going to Balzac's.
We will be there, and just go to sinisterhood.com/live shows. And we'll see you out there because Baby wants to meet you.
Baby wants to meet you. Baby does not have his ball sacks have not dropped yet. Baby is still a baby, but he is learning to hold his head up better. So they grow up so quick.
You might, next time you see Baby, might have a metal exoskeleton because we were trying to think of ways to make him more sturdy.
We have, there's been a lot of engineering of Baby to make sure that he's comfortable during the shows.
He'll be comfortable next time you see him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Columbus. Yo. Wow.
Oh, so good to be here. So good to be here. We've had such a good time. We came here yesterday. So we've been hanging out, enjoying the sights, enjoying the gates of hell.
We went and we're going to tell you all about it. We made a nice friend.
We did. We got a new friend. We did not exchange information, but you know what? I feel like he's one of those dudes that you need to know where to find him. So we'll find him next time.
Yeah. We've had some Tim Hortons.
Yes, we did.
That was delicious.
It was fantastic. Went to the old Rusty Bucket.
Had a delicious club sandwich and a Bloody Mary.
I think I had a thing called a bucket burger.
And you had the bucket punch.
Bucket punch, bucket burger. When in Columbus, you eat stuff from a bucket. It's fine. Loved it.
We enjoyed the coffee. The girl that did Heather's blowout today said it tasted like cigarette water. So not everyone here likes Tim Hortons.
No, I got an iced cap, though, that was salted caramel. So it was just like a milkshake. But I was like, this is a coffee. It was really good. Refined palate. But no, it was just a milkshake. It was very good, though.
It was very yummy. Yes, everyone's been super nice.
So nice.
Our first time to Ohio.
Yeah, everybody's holding doors open for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody in the Starbucks. A family was trying to take photos in the Starbucks. And a lady who's definitely from here was like, do you want me to take your photo for you? They were like, no. But it was just very nice. Very friendly. She was like, I don't know why you want to document your Starbucks trip, but I'll help. I'm here for you.
What if you did a tour of Starbucks?
I pretty much go to one every city I'm in just because it's like I have to go to the bathroom a lot, and that's always like a good go-to place. Bet. Yeah, however you feel about Starbucks, there's a toilet there that you know for sure you can go in. So that's always what draws me. And then you got a wake-up call today that you didn't call for.
I did, yeah. Well, I think Heather manifested it because last night in the hotel, she looked at the smoke alarm and was like, you think those ever go off? And then we found out they sure as shit do. So at 9:34, I was like, what is happening? And I grabbed my phone like it was my phone. I was so out of it. And Heather and Leanne were in the hallway and I could hear them, and I opened the door and she goes, we're just going to go downstairs. You stay here. I'll let you know if you need to come out. And I was like, thanks.
I'll come back for you. I'll save you.
So I put on my noise canceling headphones and I was like, if it's my time, I'll go. But I'll be goddamned if I'm putting on a bra and pants right now if I don't need to.
If it's time to die, you just lay there braless and just wait for that countdown.
And then it went off and you said it's good to go. There was a fire in the bistro.
Yeah,
but
someone
the rest of the hotel was fine.
She was like, we had a little bit of a smoke issue and it was the bistro. I was like, things get crazy in the bistro. You can't stop it. You don't know. So it was great.
I went back to sleep.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's been a day. We've had a day. So we're so excited because we are talking about something today that when we look at stuff for cities that we go to, it is the concern that we're like, did the people on the internet like make this a bigger deal than it was? But we have actually asked people and they're like, oh yeah, the Blood Bowl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The pit. Yeah. So
round of applause if you know what this is. Okay.
Smattering.
Well, round of applause if you don't, but you're so excited. You're going to learn about it tonight. Even better.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Even the girl that did my blowout today.
Yes.
I'm talking a lot about our blowouts because can someone comment on our hair, please? Thank you.
I was like, they're not going to recognize me on stage because I don't have a dirty side ponytail with a bunch of dry shampoo in it. I was like, this hair's been washed.
Yeah, I was like, I can't today. But my girl was from Maryland and she'd only lived here like 6 months and she knew about it. So
it turns out if you like certain activities, you might end up down here. But we'll tell you what those activities are.
Yeah.
Okay.
That. And skateboarding. Which I think those things go hand in hand.
Full penetration or shredding. Either one.
Having visited the gates of hell, full penetration is the last thing on my mind when I'm down there.
Yeah, no, it's off the tip.
There's a lot of mosquitoes.
I don't really like to have intercourse where there's just that many Bud Light Lime empty cans.
Yeah.
Which was only 2, but that's more than 0.
I'm picking my way through Slim Jim wrappers to try and climb up the side of a cliff. All of this happened and it's on film. So
yeah, I'll make a video for you.
Yeah, well, I'm Christy.
I'm Heather.
And let's get into it. I gotta make sure if my bra starts showing, will y'all tell me? Because I'm having an issue with my bra. Just yell out, your bra's showing.
We can see them.
Yeah, you guys, this is on y'all. That's your job tonight. Whether by ritual or by accident, characters in literature and media across the centuries have opened gates to hell. From medieval stage plays to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Splitting open the dimensions between our world and the underworld seems to be an endless fascination for humans. But what if the passageway to the infernal regions was all too real? According to the community group, the Columbus Way,
supposedly, legend has it, there's a portal to hell in every state.
Indeed, there are dozens of locales across the country and all over the world that are allegedly portals to the underworld. From York, Pennsylvania, all the way to Hecla, Iceland, legends have cropped up around eerie places that they play host to doorways leading into darkness. As the legend goes, to open one of these gates to the underworld, a special ritual must be performed. In the most hellish lore, if all the gates around the world are open at the same time,
hell on earth
will be unleashed. According to Weird US.
Which I love. What a fun job that you're like.
Weird US is a great publication.
It's fantastic. I will say we recently went to the Justin Bieber concert. And
we did.
There were some folks out front, maybe unaware of what was going on inside. Justin Bieber he's found the Lord and he brings the Lord with him. He rocks and he holy rolls. It's fantastic.
If revival is a 10, we were at a 6.5.
At least, bare minimum.
Yeah.
Well, the girl behind us goes, he took off his sunglasses. Maybe he'll take off his shirt. I was like, I don't think.
No, he doesn't do that now.
Nah. But the folks out front. Well, the folks out front were protesting, were kind of hollering about, the usual, you're going to hell, yada, yada. And they had these pamphlets, and one of them said, what is hell? And it said, hell is not this present place. And I was like, so when they're like,
when were these printed?
Yeah, right. There's a portal to hell in every state, and we're all like, a lot of us have been like, yeah, I can point it out.
I think they all got opened a few years ago, and we're slowly closing them now. They're slowly getting closed.
They did the ritual.
Well, Columbus is home to one of these alleged entryways into the abyss. Glen Echo Ravine, the Blood Bowl, Portal Park, the Pit of Hell, No matter what it's called, the area known as the Gates of Hell in Columbus has garnered quite a reputation for itself. Located behind the Tim Hortons at the corner of North High Street and Arcadia Avenue in Clintonville Park, their graffiti-covered drainage culvert attracts urban explorers, paranormal researchers, and ne'er-do-well teens looking to make some trouble.
Here's the thing. You're a demon. You're like, I gotta hide this somewhere. An unassuming ditch behind a Tim Hortons in a Lucky's Market.
Perfect.
The perfect place because people are like, really? Behind the Tim Hortons? Hell yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were there. Yes.
It's the last place you look.
It's the last place you look.
Yeah. And you get, when
on the way out,
when you find it and you're like, God, that was a trek. I'm parched. Ice cap.
Done.
Waiting for you right there.
Done.
It was very refreshing. On land bequeathed to the city in 1912, today Columbus residents can enjoy a relaxing park area near the Gates of Hell. The gates themselves are comprised of a drainage culvert carrying a stream from Glen Echo Park to the Olentangy River. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Shout out to the Ohio State University.
It's spelled out phonetically in this, so I was making sure I still got it right.
But the Ohio State University has a whole page that was like, here's how you say Ohio things so you don't sound stupid when you come here. And I'm like, thank you. It's like a public service.
But someone had to put that because they're like, we have got to take care of all these idiots that think they know what they're saying when they come to our
out-of-towners.
How many difficult things are to say here?
It was more than one page.
Well, God.
Fewer than 100. I mean,
we only used this one, I think.
That's right. We picked the easy words.
George Zainers, spokesman for Columbus Public Utilities, told Columbus Monthly that the structure was built in the 1920s. In the 1970s, the city lengthened the tunnel and added the triangular arrangement of steel beams that lead to the entrance. That metal structure forms a doorway-like shape. The spot many point to is the actual gates to hell. But that metal was actually added to prevent debris from clogging up the tunnel.
That's what they want you to think.
Big Demon wants you to think that there's no reason to look here.
Hell yeah.
Though there is no debris inside, that's not true. The tunnels are covered wall to wall with ever-changing graffiti. True.
One of them just said, fuck.
There was a lot of fuck. Yeah, a lot of people were pussies. There was a lot of people that probably were together then. And Heather goes,
No.
Antonio and Rebecca are together.
Antonio and Rebecca made it. I think they made it. He's
think they made it?
If you take you down to the gates of hell and it's like, it's me and you, baby. That's better than a ring.
Yeah. The entrance has painted teeth coming down from the top of the circular structure. And the face painted around the edge changes. It could be a dragon or a pumpkin or any number of creations depending on the season and artists who have braved the trek.
Right now it's just kind of a monster.
It's a monster with only 2 teeth.
Yeah, the third teeth.
Snaggle teeth. And they're looking kind of rough.
Yeah.
They're made out of cardboard or something that somebody stuck to it.
I do love that someone cares and we're like, we gotta go. We have to go maintain the teeth at the gates. It's a unified front.
Mm-hmm. There are several gruesome versions as to how the nickname the Blood Bowl came about. One story goes that it earned this reputation after a skater supposedly died there in the 1980s. The young man had been dared by his friends to ride through the dark tunnel at night. Accepting the challenge, the thrill seeker headed off into the tunnel alone. His friends waited at the other end for him to come riding out, but he never emerged. Legend has it that somewhere beneath High Street, the young man crashed and died. When his body was finally recovered, his skull had been smashed in. Local lore says the skateboarder's spirit never left the tunnel, but instead roams the gates of hell looking for a way out.
It's extremely dark. And also, for a tunnel, it's sure got a lot of sharp turns. So it's, one could imagine it would be dangerous if you went down there, you didn't. If it's the 80s.
And then it's boom, and you don't know, so you just ride into it.
Keep on going, man. It's, we'll get to the reviews.
I like how you said it's very dark, as if we've all been to underground, very well lit tunnels.
I'm trying to think, where was I? And I was walking in a tunnel and I was like, you got floodlights down here. No one's going to be able to sell drugs down here or give hand jobs. This is a menace. These lights are ruining the fun.
I don't want a light on when I'm doing a handy, though.
No, well.
Or doing a drug deal.
Person, you're just like,
Heather was like, you want to go in there? I go, fuck no, I don't want to go in there. I'm not going in there. Because earlier, before we even got here, I said, I feel like there's a very high chance there's some water bugs that live in there. And for that reason alone, not the demons, But for the water bugs, I refused to go in. And then Heather Googled, what kind of water bugs are native to Ohio? You guys have some fucked up stuff. Like dinner plate size roaches crawling around.
It's the biggest thing I ever saw. And I said, I just saw something on the internet and don't Google what I Googled. And Christy said 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to Google what you Googled because I look at gross shit. Mm-hmm. But that was nuts. A huge bug. You ever seen a big bug? Am I crazy? No? See, sometimes they're not everywhere, but if they're going to be somewhere,
the gates of hell sounds like a good hangout for them. The path from the entrance to the tunnel to where it eventually spits you out is not a straight one. About halfway inside, there is a sharp 90-degree turn, followed almost immediately by another 90-degree turn. Additionally, the ceiling of the tunnel is only a few feet high in some places. It's not hard to see how a skateboarder speeding through the dark as a stream of water rushed beneath his board would not make it out alive. Wally Carl, owner of the Old School Skate Shop in Westerville, was a frequent skater at the gates in the 80s, according to Columbus Monthly. He told the magazine a similar story.
The kid was dropping from the top and busted his head open there and died. It was haunted by the kid who died. He said this to a newspaper reporter. Like a legitimate. He's like, it's haunted, 100%. Fuck yeah, he's so cool. I'll never be as cool as Wally Carl in my life.
Well, you don't own a skate shop.
First of all,
it's Old School is spelled S-K-O-O-L, of course, because that's the cool way to spell it.
I don't even know how to skate. Ugh, never be.
It's hard.
It's like surfing on land.
Yeah, it is.
And I can't surf.
Yeah. Though there is no explicit confirmation, a news story printed in the Akron Beacon Journal in September of 1984 reported on the accidental death of a 20-year-old OSU student who was skateboarding in a concrete ravine just north of campus. This fits the description of the area now known as Portal Park, as it lies just 1 mile north of the Ohio State University.
I put it in bold.
We watch football. We watch college football. We know what you guys want with the name of your college.
I love this state. A lot of articles in the states like the Ohio this, the Ohio that. Don't get it confused.
Don't fuck it up and just say the Ohio State University. You got to emphasize the because it's. I guess there's another one and y'all are in competition. Or is it just the only one?
No, it's just you got to know.
Okay. Well, it's like we have University of Texas and then also Texas State University.
There's too many in Texas.
And just make and also there's University of Texas in Austin, and then there's like satellite schools, and the people that go to Austin get real pissed if you go to the one in Arlington and you say you won't go to UT. They're like, the fuck you do? It's like night and day requirements to get into these two schools.
Do y'all, when you graduate from the Ohio State University, do you get like a big old ring you wear around?
Well,
no?
Anyone can from a college.
But is it like a thing? Oh, it's expensive? The school or the ring? Both. My goodness.
I mean, I think we just...
That makes sense.
We summed up all colleges,
I think so.
Just now.
I think so.
They're very expensive. You can get a ring when you graduate.
Oh, man.
Well, others say it wasn't just one unfortunate skater that is responsible for the Blood Bowl name. With so many skaters using the steep concrete walls of the ravine to skate, countless bloody injuries have occurred. Despite the dangers, it remains a popular spot. And I did look up synonyms for skateboarding, and this is what I wrote. It remains a popular spot for those looking to shred.
There was, when we were down there was a gentleman with a bicycle, and then he just whipped the bicycle away from him and walked into the tunnel. So
we don't know. We did not see him again.
He didn't hesitate. He didn't go, today, am I going to walk in there? He was like, nope, I got business in the tunnel. I'm going to go do it. What that business was, we can only imagine. And no, we left. We weren't going to. Yeah, she asked if he came back out.
Oh, I don't know.
We saw what we needed to see.
And then we left.
There you go.
It was warm. And I was wearing joggers.
You wore joggers.
It was very hot. In November of 2001, a couple enjoying the tranquility of the park made a grisly discovery. According to University District history, the pair spotted an object resembling a human skull near their path. Initially, they mistook what they found for a leftover Halloween decoration, as the holiday had just recently passed.
As one does.
Concerned it was more than just a prop, they called police, whose investigation led them to determine it was no prop, but was indeed a real human skull. More disturbing, the skull still had some bits of flesh clinging on, as well as some hair attached, fixed into place by a rusted barrette, according to UDH. An OSU anthropologist conducted an analysis of the skull and determined that it had once been buried, then exhumed, then thrown into the ravine. Researchers looked into nearby graveyards to determine whether some graves had been disturbed by natural erosion, but found nothing. The owner of the head, as well as its origin, remains a mystery.
If you're walking and you spot an object resembling a human skull, it is a human skull. I was going to say probably, but it's definitely a human skull.
If it had just been Halloween and you're in a graffiti teen area, and it also has like...
Tell me you're over 30 without telling me you're in the graffiti teen area. You guys hang out at the graffiti teen area?
I appreciate over 30. Could have gone up another decade. But if you see like hair and flesh, I would think this is a prop.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to touch it.
I would not touch it, but I would, I don't know. I guess I'd call the cops.
Oh, for sure. I mean, or the anthropologist, I think, is the right one.
I would call the anthropologist.
Just bones.
Cut out the middleman. I'm going straight to the answer.
Straight to the answer. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I've been waiting for this phone to ring. And you know what? Number? What a job, though, to also go, this isn't a prop. This isn't a skull that came here naturally. This was dug up and then tossed. Like, you can tell that's some Bones level shit.
Some what level?
Bones. You ever watch the show Bones?
I never watched Bones.
Hell yeah. David Boreanaz and the gal, her name is, that's on the show, her name is Temperance Brennan. But in real life, yes, fun fact, she's married to, what's the guy? Oh, this isn't funny anymore. She's married to, Rickety Cricket off Always Sunny in Philadelphia, she's a real classy lady. And he's very funny and great. But just a pair you wouldn't necessarily put together is like this anthropologist genius. But I do love Bones.
Wait,
Bones
was she the one, like the quirky one with the pigtail and dark hair? And
no, that's your thing. That's it.
Okay.
CIS. Yeah.
To me, I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry for Bones enthusiasts that I confuse that.
You cannot.
With NCIS.
No, you cannot. It's
like UT and UTA. You do not confuse
you don't mix them up. You do not mix them up. You know what it takes to get on Bones?
In 2016, reports of clowns chasing people began cropping up all over the country. Columbus was no exception. In August of that year, a man dressed in all black, wearing a clown mask, began chasing a 14-year-old boy headed to his bus stop at 6:15 in the morning. Online rumors circulated that it happened at the gates of hell, though the bus stop was actually located about 6 miles north of the location. The boy was able to escape by throwing a rock at the clown.
That's really, you could keep running, and he thought, nope.
Not
I gotta
today,
face my
bitch.
fear.
Yeah.
I gotta face my fear. And the guy's like, hey.
Nobody wants a rock thrown at them. That's such a kid way to defend themselves, too.
Love it.
But it works.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did a whole episode on killer clowns. Have y'all listened to that? Yes. Have any of you here seen a killer clown? I mean, I'm sure we've all seen
If you've seen a clown, you've seen a killer clown, because they're all killers, so.
That is true. Reading the reports of this again started bringing flashbacks to that killer clown. Mm-hmm. And I remember when it happened in Dallas, and then I thought Columbus could have escaped. Y'all couldn't. They came for y'all too. They came here too.
They came everywhere. There's gates of hell in every state, and if that's where they're coming from.
There's water flowers, they come everywhere.
Mm-hmm. In another evil clown encounter, University District History reported that in the fall of 2016, a teenage girl was also chased by a knife-wielding clown. The incident occurred near the North High School by the banks of the ravine. It was believed the sinister clown had walked up from the gates of hell in search of a victim.
At the very least, he was hanging out down there. Even if he didn't materialize from within the gates themselves, you're a killer clown out on the town looking for someone to hang out with. Go to the ravine. They're very welcoming.
That's their meetup spot.
They were very, very welcoming. Those kids are real cool. The ones that we met at the gates of hell.
They were nice. Cool. Didn't get their name. Heather, we get in the car. She goes, "What do you think his name was? Randy?"
Yeah, he's a Randy.
I was like, it could have been. Yeah, easily. There were two of them. The other one was probably like Jake.
Yeah, something. Jake. Jake had a mess of blonde hair. Yeah. Randy had a ponytail. So I didn't have to tell you that, though.
He also had on a Columbus Parks and Rec shirt, so we hope he worked there. We wish we'd asked him. We didn't. God,
It's one of those where you're
so
like,
many regrets when we got in that Hyundai.
you're talking to him long enough, and you're like, he's gonna think we're weird if we keep. He was just
They
like,
were very forthcoming. They helped us.
yeah.
We'll tell you about it in a minute. They helped me get up the mountain because they saw an old woman and they were like, "We gotta help her up." Like any modern landmark, the Gates of Hell has received reviews online from visitors who have dared stop by. As the gates are off limit to the public, those that enter are doing so at their own risk. Opinions range from those pleased with the artistic quality of the graffiti to those irritated that the portal into eternal damnation
could be lit up somehow for more people to see inside.
That's fair. It was very dark.
It was like, Gates of Hell, too dark, 0 stars.
If they put on like overheads, one, there's going to be a lot less nefarious activity going on down there, but your artistry is spotlighted more.
It's true. Then it would become like an art gallery, and then people could choose if they were given HJs down there, and it's kind of like a vibe. You have places.
You think they don't choose?
No, I mean, like, right now, you gotta give an HJ down there because it's dark and, dank.
Yeah. It's all the makings for the perfect
I don't know why I'm
HJ.
talking like that. The first HJ I gave was in a Nissan Altima, so I'm not, like, hanging out in the cool tunnels.
I'm rolling through the Rolodex. My mental Rolodex, and I honestly can't remember.
Well, burn on him.
Gosh. Yeah, must not have been too memorable because I do not remember that. I'm gonna be thinking about this all night.
Yeah. We'll come if it pops up in the head. Tell me. If it like pops up later.
Yeah.
Boy.
Many warn of the pit's dangers, either with the steep terrain or the unexpected water that rushes in after rainfall. While one user mentioned
shady characters nearby
that prevented her from traversing into the local hellmouth, others gave rave reviews for its use as a gym for the mobile game Pokemon Go. Although variously described as
spooky, very peaceful, and nice.
The gates of hell are nothing to be trifled with. A user named John Pirate warned,
"Me and my friends almost died at the pipe some years ago after it rained."
And you would think that a pirate would be able to travel the water better than this,
No.
but he and his friends nearly perished. The water was high. Some reviews were like, "You're gonna have to trek through waist high water and under trees," and then another one was like, "Or you just park at Tim Hortons and you like walk down a path that's like 30
No big
feet
deal.
and you're there." You're like, "Why would anybody go the other direction?"
I think because you were initially, Christy's like, "We're not going down there." It said we had to hack our way through brush. And I was like, "Oh, I saw a guy on YouTube selfie videoing himself while wearing a red snakeskin button down. Like he could do it." So
That's
pretty
custom
sure.
made.
And it was fine.
Yes. Given this macabre reputation as a potentially dangerous destination, the gates have attracted paranormal researchers to the area. One group posting on YouTube took both EMF and EVP readings in the tunnel. EMF meters measure electromagnetic fields in a concentrated area. According to NPR, these fields can be the result of either faulty wires, radio waves, or, in the view of paranormal investigators, the presence of spirits. Though the host on YouTube claimed to get the highest EMF readings he had ever seen in the central chamber, where, according to him, the skateboarder allegedly died, when he turned the camera on to the meter to track the results, he was disappointed, saying,
Well, now that I put it in front of the camera, it's not going to do it.
They also happened to note substantial spikes in EMF activity when cars drove over the tunnel above them. Shocking.
They're like, if you go into the Tim Hortons, the thing is sky high. And they're just in there, running the cappuccino machine.
This is like anytime I try to take a picture of my kids. They're doing something so cute. Get the camera. Nope, now Ella's
Gone.
just, screaming and kicking somebody in the face. Though the gadgets may not have captured much, locals have stories that involve spooky figures lurking near the ravine. Located off of Indianola Avenue sits the Glen Echo Ravine. Walking trails shaded by tall, lush trees and rocky creek beds with flowing streams provide a tranquil setting. Not everyone, though, finds the picturesque setting so peaceful. Blogger Tahir Ali wrote about the ghostly figures locals have reported seeing near the creek that runs underneath the bridge, eventually spilling out on the other side into the Blood Bowl. One spirit is that of a man that sits on the edge of the creek. If you try to approach him, he disappears. Another is the ghost of a former goth girl who has been seen lingering around a nearby bridge. Stereotype. Tahir also writes of the tragic tale of an unhoused man who froze to death in the ravine. His restless soul reportedly hangs out at the entrance to the Blood Bowl tunnel.
So I guess it goes through, and if you're a ghost, you can traverse anywhere you go. But they've chosen this side versus the more skater side.
I think they're on the right side.
Yeah,
they're on the more scenic side.
Yeah, there's a lot more lush greenery and the running brook nearby.
There's more water.
Yeah, it's much
less
better.
Trash.
But I think
we come from Dallas. Our city is half trash. So please don't think that we're saying that the gates of hell were not lovely, because
they were great. It was fantastic.
They were fantastic.
I only wished I was a skater so I could have partaken.
I bet those guys would have shred. Actually, they'd be like, "Ma'am, we can't. We're not gonna. This is a liability."
To be fair, they didn't have skateboards. They just had weed pipes.
Oh, that's right. They didn't. I guess they didn't have skateboards.
They were not there to shred.
They were. This whole time in my head, I thought they were skateboarding.
See, that's how people think it's a goth girl ghost. It's just a ghost.
This is why our memories are trash. This is why eyewitness accounts suck, because I would have been like, they were down there shredding, and then they don't even have skateboards. My brain just filled all that in. A warning was issued on the Boise City Ghost Hunters website about the gates of hell in Columbus by a user called Angela Jane. Her cautionary message was titled, "Do not come here."
It's in all caps, so it sounded like that.
She's screaming. According to Angela, the tunnels are full of spirits, both innocent and malevolent. The water that rushes through in rainstorms not only poses a risk for drowning, but also has a supernatural purpose.
Water is believed to be a conductor, often used as a channel by spirits.
Angela warns the spirit of the deceased skateboarder is trapped there, and that
many believe the void to be surrounded by malevolent entities and that the devil himself resides there.
Worse yet, she writes,
paranormal investigators have recorded very disturbing EVP, electronic voice phenomena, recordings of deep, sinister growling sounds followed by a child's voice shouting, "Daddy!" as if in distress. Terrifyingly, what followed was a male voice shouting, "Demons!"
Daddy Demons, our new improv show.
Daddy!
Our new two-person improv troupe. It's like Marco Polo, but for the underworld.
That's right. Or they go, "Daddy," and the demon's like, "Call me demon." No.
I'm not your daddy. And Daddy? No,
I'm not
demon.
Into that. I'm not into that. I just want your soul. You're making it weird. So if a demon approaches you, you'd be like, "Hey, Daddy, want me to climb on board?" He's like, "No, you're making me feel weird. Now I have to go back down to the Blood Bowl."
Sinisterhood will be right back. For many of us, stress is just a regular feature of daily life. I know I'm feeling stressed when I procrastinate on stuff or bite my nails or any of that, and it's just a sign of me being stressed.
Yep. And when it gets more intense in a short time, stress can trigger physical reactions like dramatically increased hair shedding and thinning, which I shed like a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's been much better since I've started using my pros and taking my supplements.
And it's never too late to start taking them. Most people usually lose about 50% of their total hair before they even notice an increase in shedding. So you noticed it in time, and you stopped your stress-related hair loss in its tracks with the Pro supplements.
Pros specializes in custom hair care, and now they also make custom hair supplements that help reduce excess shedding and spark fuller, thicker hair growth with just 2 capsules a day. I recently had my hair done, and my stylist was recommending products to use, and she said, "I don't need to worry about what you're using because I know you use Pros," because she also listens to the show. And she said, so I know it's great, because she didn't want me using anything with sulfates. And she also said, "Your hair is looking so," because she's done it for a while, and when you have a baby, you get this weird growth. And she said, "It's looking much better." And I said, "Well, it's probably because of my supplements."
Well, they do. They really work. Multiple studies show that over 90% of women taking Pro's hair supplements saw less shedding, more growth, and improved overall appearance in just 90 days. And Christy is no exception.
Try your own custom hair supplements and you'll get 15% off. Get yours at pros.com/creepy.
That's PROSE.com/creepy for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off custom hair supplements. You and I are running a business. It's not easy to run a small business at all because there's a million little costs here and there and stuff you don't even think about, from all the foreign transaction fees, by the way, which I noticed from us going to Canada this week. Little things like that can add up. Something else that adds up, shipping.
For sure.
If you've got a small business, inflation isn't doing you any favors right now. It's harder than ever to stay profitable. So if you're looking for a way to cut costs, mailing and shipping, like I said, it's a good place to start.
Simply use Stamps.com to mail and ship and get access to exclusive discounts and great rates on shipping from USPS and UPS. It's an easy way to keep more money in your pocket.
Stamps.com gives you access to all the post office and UPS shipping services you need right from your computer. No matter what business you're in, Stamps.com can help you save on shipping.
Start mailing and shipping with Stamps.com and keep more money in your pocket every day. Sign up with promo code CREEPY for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts.
Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code CREEPY.
As if those experiences weren't enough to deter possible visitors, Angela concluded her admonition, saying,
It is believed there is a room down here which seems impossible to enter as the door is so heavy. Hundreds have tried. However, it is said that anyone that does enter will encounter a glowing human skull and that Satan himself manifests before you.
She summed it up in all caps, screaming through the keyboard, "You have been warned! Do not come here!" At no point does Angela say she encountered this.
She was, and I was like, this is Boise.
Yeah, you're not even.
Is there
here.
like a train that runs between Boise and Columbus?
She's got beat. I think she is like an advocate for the Boise gates of hell, and she's trying to like talk shit about all other gates of hell, so everybody comes to Boise.
You look her up, and she's the Boise Gates of Hell Convention and Visitors Bureau. She's got a fake name online, and she's tricking
Angela
everyone.
Jane, 2 first names. That's how you know.
But I think you're right. If Satan manifests before you.
Glowing human skull. First of all, it sounds like Indiana Jones. She got all of this from movies.
That's right. She's like, you go down the gates of hell. A rock will tumble behind you. You have to run away from it. It's going to get closer and closer. Then your face will melt off.
In your face who?
Your face will melt off.
Oh, I thought you said in your face, and then you said a name from like...
Melt off. That's a person. Fuck you,
like,
melt off.
Was that the
nerd.
director? I don't remember.
That's right. That's who directed Indiana Jones, yeah.
Meltoff?
Yes, it's Vincent Meltoff. Nobody
Vincent
knows.
Although Angela is doing her best to keep people from visiting the gates of hell, there are some that head to Columbus with the intention of opening the hellmouth. For those trying to access the portal, it is said a series of rituals must be performed in a certain order. According to University District Columbus, significant objects are purposely placed along the path to the gates. Dollar bills floating in the water, occult paraphernalia, and rocks that seem to drip red blood are often seen along the trail.
That's the rock the kid hit the clown with.
Uninformed explorers are cautioned against tampering with the items to avoid accidentally opening the portal. If you are unlucky enough to make this mistake, run from the gates as fast as you can. It is said the demons on the other side prey on the first victim they see, dragging them to the underworld to feed on their flesh and blood.
Get down in that tunnel and give me a hand job.
We did not see any dollars floating in the water.
No.
And had I not read this beforehand, if I had, I sure would have picked it up.
I would 100% would have picked it up. I pick up a dime on the ground, and it's a dime. People don't even take change anymore.
No. But we learned.
Dimes are...
Freaky Friday. It comes out this Friday. Recorded yesterday. We got a dime story.
Yeah,
dimes are... The spirits communicate through dimes, apparently. We didn't know this.
A dime, a ghost is nigh. I made that part up. But truly, someone said, much like with any of this stuff, someone will go, a fortune teller once told me that when you find a dime, that's a ghost speaking to you. I'm like, well, that's true now. That's what I believe now. Just take it and put it in my bucket.
Now, that is how it would happen.
Boop, right there.
Well, we went down to the gates.
Yes, we did.
Quite a time.
We did. We had a great time. We, as the person on Reddit directed, we parked behind Lucky's Market / adjacent to the Tim Hortons and followed the path that the gentleman in the snakeskin red leather shirt told us to follow on YouTube. And then when we get down there, we had to kind of cross it. Then there was these sloping dirt walls.
I won't say treacherous, but it was more difficult than I had envisioned.
So there were some, angular steps you had to make. Leanne, who's my wife, she was with us, and she's works out all the time and is athletic.
Yeah,
and
she was
just like do, and we were both like, hey, we'll be there. Hold on, we're right there. So we were spotting each other and trying not to fall. But meanwhile, we see these two gentlemen. One's in the red hoodie and one is in the neon green Columbus Parks and Rec shirt, and just hanging out, kind of leaning towards one another. Later figured out, packing a bowl. And we didn't want to disturb them. And we walked by and I went, good day, gentlemen. They didn't say anything, probably because I seem like a narc, as always. I'm like, I'm one of you now. I do marijuana sometimes, just so you know. And they were like, you've never in your life. I'm like, joke's on you. And so we managed to walk past them and we walked down into the gates. And then as we were leaving, they saw us trying to estimate how we would crawl back over the way we came. And Randy is a mensch.
Versus
and was like,
going up like a steep incline that was all rocks and dirt. We were like, Heather goes, the car's right there. I was like, why don't we just climb up there? And Leanne goes, I wouldn't even do that. Big burn on me. So I was like, okay, let's walk back the other day. Then Randy pipes up.
Yeah, Randy crawled. He goes, yeah, if you go on the rock side, it'll be okay. Well, I didn't hear him say that. I don't know what I heard. I started climbing up what was all dirt and tree roots. And so I was like pulling myself on all fours of dirt and tree roots. And I was like, this was easier. Then there was rocks just like 3 feet if I would have listened
That's
and
the
looked.
path I went up.
And then Christy took that way. And I'm going to tell you again, people in Columbus are nice as hell. She starts crawling up the rocks. I say crawling. It wasn't like a climb.
It was a journey.
Yeah.
No, it was like the ring. I was straight up crawling, like on all fours. And Heather's like, crawl on all fours. I was like, I am crawling on fours, trying to find my gripping and everything. All of a sudden, I'm like, somebody behind me? It was Randy.
He emerged like an angel and was just like,
I was like, did he think I was going to fall?
I think he did.
Because he told us, he goes, I run up there all the time, like without even using my hands. And I go, well, you're more athletic than I am, Randy. I was like, I'm not going to do that. But then, yeah, he just like emerged behind me and I was like, he probably thought I was going to fall.
He's a guardian angel.
Or he was trying to flex and he's like, I'm trying to pass this lady.
Or he's checking out that ass.
Yeah, probably that. Probably that.
He's like, I got to see that booty in those pink joggers. Go struggling up the wall.
Yeah. I was like, ugh. And I go, there's so much trash. There's like, don't grab the trash. I'm like, I'm not. Randy was behind me this whole time.
He's got his arm full of a jacket and his marijuana pipe. Mm-hmm. Which, like, zero judgment here, by the way. It was amazing.
Big ass pipe.
And so we were all, they were going their separate way. We were going our separate way. The moment betwixt us was nigh. It was no longer. I'm going to say that word over and over. It was no longer. But then Leanne turned and said, hey, you guys hang out there a lot? And, good looking girl with a sleeve full of tattoos asks you a question. You turn around and answer it. And he's like, yeah, I do. And then we asked him, have you ever had an experience? Has there been anything strange? And I transcribed what he told us.
Because we filmed, but not his face. Because we wanted to be respectful.
I was trying to be respectful.
We were just trying to get the audio so we could, because you can't paraphrase Randy.
No,
you got to quote him exactly.
I needed to capture his exact words. I didn't want to misquote him.
Mm-hmm. So here's what he said.
Yeah, I got an experience one night when I was down there trying to pack a bowl. I heard what sounded like someone running down from the other side toward the center. I heard somebody run at like a high speed or something towards me. I was sitting there and looked up, took my light, looked around, didn't see nobody around there. I was thinking I'm just hearing shit. Went back and tried to get my bowl pack because I hadn't smoked yet. All of a sudden, I hear it. Here it comes again. Running right at me and shit. So I fucking got up. Stood there for a second and I was like... Then I heard a voice. I swear you not. I came up the closest side I can get up and ran like a bat out of hell right up out of here.
So then we're like, what did the voice say?
And he said, I couldn't tell because it was distorted, so I just went running to that wall. I just heard that. And I was like, oh no.
So then we get in the car and Leanne's like, I like how he said, I don't know what it said. And then he told us what it said.
Well, maybe he said he couldn't interpret the demon grunts.
It. But Angela Jane's like, there's growling happening down there. And Randy, who we've decided this is his name.
Yeah, that's his name now.
Confirmed that like he heard growling.
I think so. So I think now we have Randy has now corroborated Angela's internet rant. That's how we know it's real.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jake was just standing there, like, not saying a word. He was just like,
he's like, Randy's telling that fucking ghost story again. Hear it every time.
And then we went to Tim Hortons, and the woman was very nice.
Yeah, we got some ice caps. Mm-hmm. Sucked him down.
Yeah. Then what'd we do?
We ordered Taco Bell, and then
we had a whole. Well, we did some MCs. And then we ordered Taco Bell, and it became a fucking quest to get this Taco Bell to the Courtyard Marriott.
I couldn't, spoiler alert, that's where we're staying. So let's just party in the Courtyard. But it turns out
is very nice at the front desk.
She's very
Her
nice.
cousin has a podcast in Long Beach. She's never listened. We invited her to the show, and she goes, they make me fall asleep. And I go, oh, okay.
Fair enough. Everybody we encounter go, what are you in town for? You go, we're doing a live podcast. And they go, I don't really like podcasts.
Yeah, I invited the girl to my blowout. She's like, oh, I love true crime. I go, oh, you want to come? She's like, podcasts aren't really my thing. I'm like, we're giving you free tickets.
No.
Don't care enough.
She was like, can I just like have like a tip? I don't really want like a ticket. It was like, I don't blame you.
Well, Uber Eats.
It was great.
Heather started tweeting them.
No, I didn't. No. I was just chatting. I was just chatting.
Live chatting. Okay.
Yeah, I was live chatting. And it was nobody's fault except for the computers. Because the computer said that a certain Taco Bell was open. And then I felt very bad for my driver who was like, there's no Taco Bell here. And I was like, what?
The Uber driver just messaged and went, no building. And we're like, what is happening?
I was really concerned that it was taken. The bell was gone.
There's no building?
And it turns out it was just closed. And so we got a new driver assigned, and he also said, there's no building here. And I was like, let me try to figure it out. So then we figured out how to cancel it, and I ordered it from a new place. And then the original driver got it and wrote, nice.
Yeah. We were like each cheering each other on from a distance. It felt very unified.
I got to go down and meet him.
I know what these girls, I see their order of 33 items. Like, I know what's happening right now. They're struggling. They got it back. Like,
yes.
He's like rooting for us. Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yeah. And then, this whole story that we told in 2 minutes, this was like over an hour of trying to get this food. But
what do you do when someone just goes, the Taco Bell's gone? I was like, fuck.
What do you mean?
I don't want to live in a world without a Taco Bell.
Yeah. So, heads up. I think it was off Cleveland.
It's the nearest one here. Yeah. The Cleveland one's still around.
It's being renovated.
If we had thought to look it up, it says on Google that it said it was could have looked.
No, it said it was open.
On Uber Eats, it said it was open. Google Maps said it was closed.
No, well, this is why we live chatted with Uber Eats, who was very apologetic.
Hazel was the best
and gave us $10 in Uber cash.
Yeah,
so
what a day.
Yeah.
When you're like, man, tour life, it's awesome. I wonder what they do. No, you just struggled to get Taco Bell at like 10:30. It wasn't even that like it was like too early to even be that like on the Taco Bell chain.
Well, from nature lovers to skateboarders to those looking to leave their artistic mark on the Arch City, the area known not so affectionately as the Gates of Hell seemed to offer something for everyone. Just remember, those aren't the only beings you may encounter if you dare to visit. Skater specters, goth ghosts, and bloodthirsty creatures from another realm, also called the Blood Bowl home. If you are brave enough to make the trek to the gates, steer clear of any tempting money you may see floating in the water. Or you may accidentally unlock a portal to hell and be dragged to the fiery pits, forced to live out your days amongst nightmarish creatures and evil clowns.
Oh, daddy. Yeah. Well, what do we think?
So what do we think?
Whew. You know, again, I will say, if you are an otherworldly creature looking to hide a doorway. There's worse places you can
Hide
choose.
in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight. Also, apparently water is a conductor, according to Angela Jane. And I think this has all of the makings of a really good portal to hell.
It already has a built-in doorway. Somebody did that for you.
Yes.
The city of Columbus did that.
The city. The
Ohio is a state. I know that. Before I get 1,000 DMs.
But I think that also, if you've watched the movie Dogma, sometimes the cool skater kids may also be, you know, hanging out working for the devil.
That's true.
Or they didn't start off that way, but then they got lured down there, and he's like, "You want a bag of bowl, kids?" And they're like, "Yeah,
sure, yeah, sounds fun."
So I think there's some running themes that it's not completely outlandish to think there could be some occult, supernatural, or it's 1920. You build a nice ravine. You build a lovely ravine. You add to it in the 1970s. It's so nice. Goddamn devil takes over, and you're like, what? We built this to help the city. But once he's taken it over, you can't get him out. He does eviction notice. It doesn't.
No,
it does
I don't
nothing.
think the rules apply.
No.
The several articles were like hippies in the 70s and death metal teens in the 80s opened the portal.
Fuck yeah.
No,
Who else would have done it?
Yeah, the cool kids are who's doing it.
That's right.
Who else do you want to hang out with besides hippie and death metal people? I think that the more likely scenario is a bunch of evil clowns live down there.
Fuck.
And I hope Randy stays safe.
Yeah.
Because we're like, he didn't tell us when that story happened, but he was down there again. Like, it did not deter him from going back. What we imagine is multiple times since that has happened.
He's a regular.
Probably there right now.
He's a regular.
If we went down to the gates right now,
Let's go.
Randy's there. Yeah.
All of us are going right now. Everybody getting the Ultima. But yeah, that was the best part too, is that he's like, someone was screaming at me in the dark, because he said he had to turn his lighter on for light. So it was like, you were down there in the darkness. But when we were there, it was during the daytime, so maybe he stopped going at night and he only goes down there during the daytime.
Yeah, that would make sense. Well, I don't know. If has anybody been down there?
Nobody.
Silence.
Wow. No cool goth kids here. Oh, wait, we got some?
Oh, somebody has?
Hell yeah.
Oh, have you had an experience? And by that, I mean not a hand job, like a paranormal experience. Oh. What was the name of it?
Patrick J's. Rest in peace.
Oh, a lot of Patrick J's fans. PJs.
Y'all were hanging right on top of the gates of hell. You had no idea. Mm-hmm. Down in Guinness, I imagine that's what you drink at Patrick J's.
Is it an Irish pub?
Yeah.
It was. God. Oh, so sad.
Everybody's like somber. They turned the blue lights on.
They did. It got very sad in here.
It turned into a wake for Patrick J's. Someone play Amazing Grace on the bagpipes. Taps.
Wow. We're sorry for that. Yeah. Now it got replaced with a supermarket and a Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
So
you know what though? Any place is a bar if you got a Bud Light lime in a can, and I'm sensing some folks down there felt that way.
Yeah. Turn it into it was very reminiscent of where you guys have heard me talk about the pipe, my high school hangout. It was reminiscent of pipe vibes.
I asked you, I go, did you hang out at the pipe in the day or night? And you're like, sometimes days turn into nights at the pipe. Yeah, they do.
They did. Yeah, you go for the day. Next thing you know, it's the night. You lose all time at the pipe. Time is meaningless.
Growling running at you. You got to pull your lighter out and look at it.
I told you that's where I first heard about the goat man.
Oh, that's right.
That's the one that was getting high in the woods. What friend groups we had in high school. They're like, this is one of your first time smoke weed. Let me tell you about the goat man.
Sinisterhood will be right back. We were just saying, we went from crisp, cool weather yesterday while we were traveling to sweaty, hot weather in Texas today.
Every place we went had better weather than what's happening here right now. And some of it, we wore long sleeves and even some jackets. And Verity has lots of options for all seasons. And some of their clothes, perfect for touring because you can layer. They're long sleeve but lightweight, real beachy vibe. So they're perfect for our tour outfits.
Oh, yeah, and it travels super well. Verity makes everything way easier because, like you said, they make the perfect clothes for all seasons.
They are also a family-run brand, making high-quality, timeless clothing with modern design and functionality.
It's the kind of effortless style you want every time you go digging in your closet. You get the shirt, the dress, the something that feels like you've had it for years, a good looking print, something that may be vintagey, but it kind of fits you so good you think, man, this was made just for me. That's Faraday.
Yep, exactly. And Faraday's so confident in the quality of their stuff, they have a lifetime guarantee of quality. They'll replace or fix your clothes forever, no matter what. Talk about making it easier to get dressed.
And right now, Faraday is giving all Sinisterhood listeners 20% off. That's 20% off.
Head to FaradayBrand.com/creepy and use code creepy at checkout to snag 20% off all your new spring staples.
That's code creepy at Faraday, FAHERTY brand.com/creepy for 20% off. FaradayBrand.com/creepy. From cringing at the pump to getting an eye-popping check at your favorite restaurant, inflation is hitting us all where it hurts. And it really hurts, which is why I started using Upside.
Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, eats out. We all do all of these things. With every purchase, you're earning cash back thanks to Upside.
It's a super easy app. I don't like anything I don't understand. And this is straightforward as can be. And almost, you kind of feel like it's too good to be true, but it's not. It's totally legit. It works straight away. And it doesn't take up too much extra of my time whenever I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
To get started, download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play and use our promo code SINISTER to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more.
Next, you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. Then you check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit or debit card, and get paid. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside.
You can cash out at any time to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon or other brands. Download the free Upside app and use promo code SINISTER to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more.
That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code SINISTER.
Well, if you go, which I hope everyone does now, please let us know your experience.
Yeah, it's actually, Urban Explorers is kind of a thing online. That's a group of folks who go down there. Photographers that like to go down there and
There was some cool art.
There's a really cool photo of like a dancer standing in the edge of the pipe. And so people have used it as an artistic area. And I think graffiti art is real art. That's really cool stuff down there. If you just write bug, that's totally art.
That's art,
or
Heather. Art is
it?
subjective.
But yeah, so I think it's cool to go down and read the reviews though. They give you a lot of hot tips in the reviews.
And the trek there was, if you're an outdoor enthusiast, I could see there's some nice walking trails and things.
Yeah, it was bad, not at all. And Pokemon Go. So go catch your, people still play that?
Yeah, I think so.
There you go.
I think so. I don't know. I think so. I don't know why that got why I acted like that was a weird thing.
It was such a thing for a while.
Yeah, no, I remember it. I used to play it in Deep Ellum all the time. Got a Pikachu outside of Tom Thumb once. It was a good night for me. It was, yeah. Well, that's the episode, but we're not finished yet.
No.
Did anybody come to a show on the last tour? Oh, did anybody listen? Here's the deal. Can we talk about not skipping live shows, please? Our live shows still sound like our studio shows. Just the audio might be a tiny bit different. So don't skip the live shows because they're still super funny. And if you hear a live show, then you would know we got a bit that we do on Patreon that's called Judge Christie. And
the irony of you telling to listen to a live show on this audio is that if someone's already skipped it, they won't hear it.
That is ironic. I have my gavel, which my father-in-law bequeathed to me. It says, Judge Christie, Precinct 13, Sinisterhood. I do travel with this. I've been asked by several TSA agents why I have it. And I always say, because I'm a judge. As if a judge would just travel with this loose in their bag, that they have to take it with them wherever they go.
That's how you prove you're a judge, is you have it with you.
I'm a traveling judge.
It's better than having a knife in your bag. Right here. We go through, I, first of all, was like, I'm an expert traveler. I'm like so good. I'm so fast at this. Real good. We go through and my backpack gets flagged. And I thought, well, that's silly. Sometimes we have recording
First of all,
equipment.
she was already irritated because I don't have TSA pre-check. So they were like, we'll just go through the regular security checkpoint with you. And then I get through and both their bags get flagged. And I'm just like, yeah, what's up?
Interesting. But the very nice TSA agent came around and he struck me as like a real nice dad. And he was like, who's got the purple bag? And I raised my hand and he went, you got a knife in there. And I was like, and I went, I do. You know what? Now I'm remembering that I do. Took it on the honeymoon. We went to Big Ben, had a knife in case I needed to stab anything out in the wilderness.
It was a pocket knife.
Yeah. You could, it's not the size of the
how
knife.
big is the knife you've got in there? Is it like a Bowie knife? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know.
There's no telling. But they were very nice. They let me mail it home. But I just talked so much shit about me. I'm like, I'm such a great traveler. And then I was the one that had the knife in the bag.
Mm-hmm. Also, the guy couldn't find it, even though they saw it on the X-ray. He then searches and he's like, I'm gonna have to run it through again. I can't find it. And Heather's like, she goes, can I help? Like,
I didn't want him to think I was going for it. That's how you get
like,
tased.
It's in the little hidden pocket right there. He was very nice, but I was like, sir, you're looking at a screen that tells
I had
you
so
where
much
this
shit in my
is.
bag.
I'm glad you're not a surgeon.
100% it was on me. I had so much shit in my bag.
Yeah, and then he pulls out all of her snacks. She had to put them all back. He did not repack it the way she had it packed. But yeah, we got through. You didn't have to throw it away, so that was good. All that to say, the gavel, nobody questioned. Yes.
You can do just as much damage with this.
Probably, yeah. It's kind of heavy. If you are a member of our Patreon, which if you are, thank you so much. If you are not, so we do this bit where we hear from you guys about a mild issue you might have with someone, something you might take to court, to like a civil court. We keep it light, no bummers, please.
Yeah.
In this court, my ruling is global. And you cannot challenge it.
There's no appeals.
There are no appeals in this courtroom. But so if anybody has one, Heather usually gets us started with an example of the type of thing that we're kind of looking for.
Okay, I have a tiff.
Okay.
I have a husband now.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, new husband. And we live different schedules. While we do try to go to bed at the same time, I mean, I don't really go to sleep till super late. And that means if I go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, I need to wake up 7 to 8 hours after that. Whereas he has to drive into an office. Boo! Why do you have to go back to work? But he was working from home and now he has to drive back to the office. And he has to groom himself. He's very particular about he has to shave every day, go get that beard line on point. He has to do his hair every day. He showers every day. I'm not complaining. It's nice, but it's so motherfucking loud. It's so loud. And he insists that the better light in the bathroom is the top. It's like these lights, like it is like ostensibly a spotlight. And it just so happens that my bedroom and my bathroom are not completely separate. There's the top of the wall for about 6 feet is open. So when he turns the goddamn floodlights on, it floods me out. I have asked him not to turn the light on when he's getting ready. And he
Shave
said,
in the dark.
He was like, that's impossible. I'm sorry. I'll get you. Even with an eye mask, though, none of them, if they smush your eyes, they're too tight. And if they're the face bra kind, which I do like, they always come askew. So I'm not getting the sleep that I need in the morning because now, at least on the days he has to go to the office. Your Honor.
Yeah.
Do you think that he should have to get dressed in the dark? Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Because if she says yes, he has to do it.
Damn it. I don't think so. But perhaps you could come to an agreement to where you get dimmer bulbs.
This is why you bring your things to Judge Christie. That has crossed neither of our minds.
Because what are you working with? Like a 120 watt? It sounds like it's a high wattage you got going on there.
It's the same bulb that they use to light the softball complex.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
One of these lights is in your bathroom?
That's what it feels like to me. Yes.
So dim it down.
It's like if you have like a hostage situation and the police turn that big spotlight on, it's that one.
Okay.
It's the same one they used to call Batman.
I also have an issue with light bulbs. Very rarely do I bring my own tiffs to my own court because that's considered biased. Mm-hmm. However, I will make an exception. Tommy and I have this ongoing feud. I don't want to say it's a feud. It's more of I have made a request that continues to not be honored.
I'm shocked because I don't think you, like, I know you and I love you, and I think your requests are, in fact, edicts.
Yes.
They may be phrased as a request, but indeed they should be treated as law.
Well, I like all of the light bulbs in the house to match.
Okay.
Both in aesthetics and power. So if there's 4 recessed light bulbs in the ceiling of the living room and 2 of them are like larger than others, when you look up at them, they don't all look the same.
You're just staring at the lights. Just fuming.
And also, sometimes like they'll be LED and other times they're like warm, so the light is off. Am I crazy that this drive other people crazy?
I think it would.
Okay, thank you.
I was going to say, I think there is a swath of the population that would drive crazy, and it's the same swath that you're a member of that would say, like you said today or yesterday in the hotel room, and you went, that lampshade's about an inch too much to the left. And it's driving me crazy. I was like,
it was very astute.
I didn't notice there was a lampshade in the room. Put it that way. So I think for one swath, yes, it's maddening.
So Tommy knows this, because every time he's replaced bulbs, I'm like, we need to talk about the bulbs. And he's like, I asked the guy at Home Depot, these are the same bulbs. And the guy at Home Depot was like, nobody's going to know if they're different colors. And Tommy goes, my wife will. She'll know. And then he ordered a bunch off Amazon. They don't seem to... He's trying. He is trying to order the same ones, but like, we don't know which ones are the ones that like should be the ones all the time.
The only answer, you take them all out.
Yeah, I think we got to remove every light bulb and we got to do a replacement.
Line them all up, and then, yeah, that's the only way.
And I say, this is my favorite, and then we just buy all those. That's what we're going to have to do. We have to live in dark for hours.
Yeah, deal with it. Get you a lighter.
Final ruling. We got to take all... By we, I mean Tommy. We got to take all the light bulbs out and replace them all. And your final ruling is have a sit-down family meeting and
reconsider.
Describe, what is the spectrum of light you can handle in the morning, and what can he get dressed in where he's not like feeling like he's fumbling around in the dark.
Done and done. Thank you, Your Honor.
That's how it goes, guys. So,
thank you.
If you have got something you'd like us to rule on, just what do you like them to say?
Oh, I like when people say I have a grievance.
Yeah, you have to yell out, I have a grievance, and lovely staff member is going to bring a microphone for you to talk into. So if you have one, yell out, I have a grievance. Oh.
I heard one in the back and then one in the front here. So. Okay. May pull.
I heard a gruff male voice first, so let's go there first. And when you get the mic, tell us your name and pronouns, please.
My name is Dustin. Whoa, jeez. My name is Dustin. Mm-hmm. I have a grievance with my wife over a previous interaction in our social group.
Is she here?
She is?
For silence.
That's okay.
Like, she knows if she is, so you can say if she is.
He's got his hand over her mouth. Don't you tell him we're here.
Well, this is my girlfriend. My wife's at home. You know what I mean? I'm trying to cross the wires too much.
That's her grievance.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll hear from her next. Okay. What, you have a grievance about something in a social group?
A social interaction.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Okay.
I had scheduled a get-together with a couple of my buddies to watch a movie that was releasing on Amazon Prime.
Called?
Evangelion 4.4. It's a goofy anime movie. Don't worry about it.
A goofy movie?
A goofy anime movie.
Oh, goofy, animated movie. Okay.
It is an anime version of a goofy movie.
I thought it was a new goofy movie.
Fucking rules.
Right.
So, movie aside, you invited the gentleman over.
About 3 or 4 of us. And as things happened, it evolved into turning the whole day of watching the franchise.
Hell yeah.
You know, it was about 2 months out. And as the date comes closer, my wife goes, well, what am I going to do that day? And I had no idea. Hadn't really planned that far ahead. And slowly it went from movie day to the wives will come over too. And the kids. And it'll be a whole thing, but you can still do your movie, boo-boo. I have my doubts. Okay. And eventually the day comes. Mm-hmm. All the husbands get together and the wives get together. We all wind up outside with the kids and the wives. The day goes on. We watch about 30 minutes of movie, and everybody goes home. I would request from the judge that I am granted 1 day with my boys.
Oh. Yeah. Well, the jury's on your side. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That's really hard because I get the idea of you want to have a fun day with everybody, but also if the addition of new guests fundamentally changes the nature of the day, then I would say the invitation has overstepped its allowable boundaries.
That's why Heather's a lawyer. That sounded so beautiful. What's your wife's name? Kirsten. We've all done this, but we know we shouldn't. Like, we've all done it because you're like, oh, we're going to have a fun day. What am I going to hang out with our lame kids? I don't want to be stuck with our kids all day. But, yeah, and then it becomes like a kid day. So I think you do have to let him have the movie day that he originally intended to have. But now the ball's in your court. You're like, all right, I'll give you your movie day. I get a spa day or whatever you want to do. Yeah. And then it's like a tit for tat situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
The old law of tit for tat.
Yes. Tit for tat, final ruling.
All right, I heard a grievance up here.
Yes.
Right in
Hand
front.
is up.
Thank you so much.
Your name and pronouns, please.
Hello.
Hey.
Before I get into my grievance.
Okay. I like that you skipped right past mine.
You were like, nope, I don't care about that.
I just want to point out how handsome my brother looks because he dressed up just for you, Heather.
Hey, what's up?
She is married.
Well,
You're
he
hot.
was gonna wear.
I'm allowed to say that.
He was gonna wear his fancy pants, but I told him you're married. He has to tone it down a little bit.
What are your fancy
You got him putting
pants?
those good-looking jeans on, though.
I know that was him toning it down, but
What
he
are
still looked
fancy
pretty
pants?
good.
Black pants? Khakis?
Yeah,
Nut
they were like really nice dress pants. Like he could have worn a jacket and everything. And just been
Dang.
way too fancy for a married woman.
Goddamn.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm allowed to. We're all allowed to look, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if he's single and you're in the Columbus area, catch. We got a catch right here.
He's got on regular
Certified.
pants, too.
Yeah.
So it only goes up when he puts on those
Hot.
fancy ones. Sweet.
So,
All right.
my name is Marjorie. She, hers pronouns. My grievance may be a little bit more serious, but I have a grievance with my fiance.
Okay.
Is he here?
No, he's not here. I brought my brother.
Well, we have a grievance with your fiance for no showing.
So we're getting married next year.
Congratulations.
And when we got engaged, I had like the perfect bridal party in mind, and I asked them, and everybody said yes. It was absolutely wonderful. But two of my bridesmaids who I have asked have been completely non-communicative with the other bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it stressing me out, but it's stressing out the other bridesmaids who are being communicative, one of whom is in France, and yet she is still being involved.
International homegirl. Look at that. Coming through.
And so I feel that because the two bridesmaids who are giving me stress are telling me that I'm asking too much of them, which my other four bridesmaids are like, you're not asking too much. You're being completely reasonable.
Majority rules, yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should be able to at least offer them an opportunity to not be in the bridal party.
I want to kick them out, but it be their decision.
This is like a situation
so
where
you
they're
don't
like,
look like a bitch, is what you're asking, right?
It's like when someone's been caught embezzling and they said, we're not going to fire you, but we're giving you the opportunity to resign. And we suggest that you take it.
Yeah.
Well,
either way, they're out. It's just how do you want this to look on paper?
And once you ask it, it's been asked.
But see, the thing is that it's stressing me out to the max. And I was just in a car accident and I started a new job and I have a lot of stress on my plate already. The last thing I really want to deal with is these two bridesmaids who are not. I'm not going to say in case they listen because they'll already know that
know
it's
who they
me
are.
from my name being Marjorie.
I think if they listen, they don't need their names
They know.
said.
They know.
They're going to know you're talking about.
So at the end of the day, the nature of your complaint is, are you able to fire your bridesmaids? And should you?
My fiance feels that I cannot fire my bridesmaids.
What does he know?
For any reason whatsoever.
No.
I have a feeling that since I'm the bride and they're my bridesmaids, it should be my decision, not his decision. But
I would agree with that, yeah.
100%. It's not a blood oath.
Yeah.
It's a social contract that you've negotiated and they've reached the terms.
It sounds by non-communicative. Do you mean like whoever the maid of honor is like hey guys, so just to let you know, this is gonna be the bachelorette party details. And then like everyone's like, can't wait. And then these two just silence.
Well, not only that, but backstory. We're originally originally from Texas.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, we're from Waco. Hi.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can't help it. We can't help it a little more. You got out though. Good for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You're
here now.
I actually have one bridesmaid who is in Columbus. The rest have scattered to Arizona, Georgia, Chicago.
They're all over.
France. Mm-hmm. But, my bridesmaid in Arizona, my bridesmaid in Georgia, and my bridesmaid in France are, even though they're in different states, even different continents.
So is the Columbus one the one that's being...
She's the one... No, she's the one who's trying to pull everything together.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Because she's trying to plan the bachelorette party, and she's trying to, get everybody on board for an Airbnb, price differences.
We've both been married.
Yes, I recently went through a lot of this. I'd fire anybody you want.
If any of mine had been like that, I would have given them an out because I would have thought they probably don't want to be doing this.
This is as a recent frequenter of wedding planning forums and stuff, you are not alone. And a lot of times people, they tend to say like, well, am I asking too much? No matter what you ask, you're worth it, right? And the people that want to come through for you will come through for you. However, people can only come as far as they can come. So all you have to say is, I completely understand. I love you. If you don't have the capacity to do this, here are the things I need you to do. And if not, we can step down your role or let you get out of jail free card. But also
when you decide to be a bridesmaid, you know that I'm gonna have to buy a dress, I'm gonna have to do this. It's like we all know
it's the whole thing. Yeah.
So if they didn't want to do it, they shouldn't have said yes. So I think you give them an out, but phrase it in a way that they're going to take it. If you don't want them to be in your wedding party anymore.
Yeah. Right. The thing is that the impression my local bridesmaid is getting is that they don't want to spend the money to be a part of anything.
No worries. Yeah.
Then you say,
and I'm fine. I get that. I get that travel costs money. I get that renting an Airbnb costs money. But I also understand that when you're splitting it between 6 bridesmaids, it's not as expensive. And we have to plan ahead because this is Columbus, and I
think you just want somebody to say, can you kick them out? And my final ruling is yes.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
You can.
Don't feel bad about it.
Don't feel bad. Yes. Who else has a grievance? Oh, somebody that's like that TikTok I saw earlier.
Can I love you, but people know about our bathroom stuff. We were in the green room and you're in the bathroom, and I just would hear everybody dance now. And then I'd hear Chrissy go, and then another song was starting to be like, boop, boop, boop. And she go, and I was like, she's on TikTok.
I sure was. Yes. Okay.
And then I started getting DMs of TikTok.
I was sitting there.
She's got a TikTok curation. It's on point.
Thank you. I'm on the same algorithm as M from And That's What We Drink. And we're always commenting on the same stuff. Name and pronouns, please.
My name is Kristen.
I have no idea where you are.
I'm right here.
Center.
My sweatshirt says your dad is my cardio. So if you want to find me later,
we can't see anything,
I'm right here. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
I actually heard about the contest about coming to every show and then getting to be on there.
Yeah.
If I could afford it, I swear to God, I would be on there.
We appreciate the thought that you'd like to.
If anybody missed tonight, they're out of the contest.
That's true.
I know. Well, here I am.
Yeah,
right?
You're still in it. What's your grievance?
So my grievance is you guys are actually involved. So I know, but I got your back. So I've listened to every episode. Sometimes I repeat them. So in the morning when I get ready for work, I work really early. I listen to your guys' podcast, right? So I date a guy forever. He wakes up after me. I listen to it while I get ready for work. Right? It's peaceful. It's like meditating. So
my mom says she listens to sleep.
No, I love it. And you guys are so funny. It's just nice. I go to work. Whatever. So I do it every morning. He comes in Sunday. He's like, so can you put your headphones in? Can you? Right. First of all, I just want to say I have messaged Heather on Instagram and she wrote me back and fuck you. Right. So you know that. Okay. Second of all, he's an ex-boyfriend. I also want to do that. Third of all, so it ended in, all right, well, I'll just get ready for work at home.
Oh.
Right.
Wait, he said this?
No, I did.
Oh,
me.
so
I got my own place. You know, I got my own
Gotcha.
place
Okay.
somewhere else. I'm staying there as a courtesy because I love him, right?
Like, you're welcome that I
right.
slept with
This is a
you.
public service to you. I like that.
So I go home and start getting ready, right?
Mhm.
Well, all of a sudden that's an issue. And he's like, well, it's over a podcast. I'm like, well, you don't get it.
He doesn't.
You don't get it. So, well, we're not together anymore. And part of the issue is that, like, well, I guess it's more important to do things by yourself than as a couple. Apparently this podcast tied into it. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So I'm single now.
How about he taking interest in things that you're interested in?
That are right. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I think I'm in the right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
everyone
going to
that
rule
has a
against
soul or a
ourselves.
brain or
Gavel burst into flames.
I
if you
will
try to
never
do it.
say yes. If somebody says I don't want to listen to that, if anybody in here is with somebody that doesn't like us in that relationship,
Shut it down.
tonight,
exactly.
It's not worth it.
Leave
The sadness
immediately.
isn't worth it.
break up with them immediately.
You're gonna eventually break up anyway, but just do yourself a favor.
Because also, here's the thing with this guy. It's like, it's not really the podcast. It's like he wants to control what you're like listening to and you're into. So
We're just the scapegoats. We didn't do anything wrong.
it's he's upset with your independence. Also, that you didn't say like, okay, fine, I'll put in headphones. Instead, you were like, peace out. I'll go home and put on my makeup. I don't care. Is this a different person talking?
I think they took the microwave.
We can't see anything. So
I see enough. See what I see. There you go. We're gonna have a love connection at the end. Your Honor,
I didn't hear what happened.
our current person who's single due to dumping the old schlub that didn't like the show
Oh, yes.
has asked if
Fancy Pants.
Hot brother Fancy Pants is single.
There you go.
I'm just
And
saying.
you already know he likes the show. Maybe TBD.
TBD.
We'll see.
TBD.
We'll poll him after this is over.
So I think, Your Honor.
Yeah. So what was your grievance? Was it okay that you broke up with him?
Yeah.
Of course.
Drop the hero. Drop the zero. Get with a hero.
a million times.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Who else has a grievance?
Oh.
Oh, way over here. We haven't
See a
been
hand
over here yet.
waving.
I see a hand. I can just see shadows. Batman.
Batman's
All I
here.
can see are like silhouettes of things.
The Hat Man's in the room.
I see. She's waving.
All right.
All right. The
They got you.
microphone is being
It's on the
brought
way.
to you. It is on the way. Tell us your name and pronouns. I think you have it now.
Okay, hi, my name is Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
Also, I want to say that my best friend Megan is the one that sent you guys the Loveland Frogman thing.
Stickers?
Yeah, that's
wait,
my best friend.
the musical?
I don't know what she sent you. I
You
actually
said
got
the
to ask
musical?
her.
Oh, thank you. We watched that.
I watched the whole thing. It was awesome. Someone sent us a community theater, local theater, Loveland Frogman musical, and it's fantastic.
It was
I know
great.
you say Loveland, I don't, but we all have our own choices. So fantastic. And Megan sent. Are you saying the Loveland T-shirt?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Still
Oh,
wear
that's
them. We
so
still
nice.
wear it all the time.
We wear it all the time, yeah.
Okay, so I kind of have like two grievances, but they're with the same person. And I've been wanting to tell you guys this forever because I'm like, well, I have to know their thoughts. I have
Okay.
We're here.
already my opinion on it.
Let's go.
So
I
I
am
had a
digging
roommate.
your energy, by the way.
Thank you.
All I can see is your head, and it is going like this, like so fast.
It does that a lot. It does that a lot, and I talk very, very
It
fast.
does that a lot, as if it's not connected to your body and you don't have control
I have
over
no
it.
control over it.
It does
It just doesn't. Also, shout out to another fast talker. What's up?
Thank you. I know. It's a talent. So the first part is it's about the same person. So like a roommate that I had a long time ago, like I don't even talk to her anymore. But the first thing that happened was like this is her being like I don't know, she's a Capricorn. I don't get along with Capricorns.
I'm a Capricorn.
Well, then you're an exception. You're one of two that I like.
Thank
okay?
you.
And
We're a
so
lot.
Sometimes she would just get like really like finicky about things. And the first thing that it was is that so
I'll tell you what, Janelle. So far, I'm a little biased in this story.
whoops. So we were roommates, so we would like share like the kitchen towel and the bathroom towel. And there was one day where she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna wash towels." Kept repeating it, and I was like, "Okay, great." And then like so she took like the two of my towels that like she was already washing with her other laundry, and she just like did it. And I was like, okay, great. And then like the next day, I woke up to a text message and she was like, I can't believe that you didn't pay me to wash the towels. And then she took away the towel that was in the bathroom and left me a sticky note and was like, since you think it's okay not to pay me for these towels.
Hey, you. What does that mean?
And that's right, because I'm like, it's literally 2 towels and you're already doing the laundry. Like, what do you want, 50 cents?
Had y'all had a discussion where you would, like, money was going to change hands?
No. She never not once asked me, can you pay me for these? Never not once asked. She didn't say, like, oh, I'd really like it, like, if you could help pay. She just was like, I'm washing towels. And I'm like,
so she wanted, like, payment for the laundry detergent it took to wash your towels, is essentially.
That was my question, was what was the purpose and nature of the compensation? Was it for the time that she took to wash the items, or was it for the cost of the materials, like the detergent, and you had to put quarters in the machine? I don't even know if you do that anymore.
I mean, but
People
she was
don't like
already
change.
doing her own laundry, so like,
Yeah, she could have thrown
and
it
I
in.
didn't ask her to do the towels, so I'm like,
Yes, you did not consent to the towel
I
washing.
don't understand what the issue is here.
She snatched your towels and washed them without your. Yes.
What did you say?
Wait, I have a question. This is important contractually. When she said, "Hey, I'm going to go wash towels," you said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So at the time of the offer and acceptance, there was no mention of compensation.
No.
She can't come. She cannot retroactively ask you for compensation for you had the offer, the acceptance, the mutual assent, and the consideration was like, I don't know, she's fucking being nice or whatever, but she didn't go like, and it's going to be, $1.50 or whatever.
Yeah.
She could have said it at the time.
She
and
has
then
to tell you at the time. You
I think
can't
so.
be pissed about something that nobody knew what you wanted.
No, she
We're
sucks.
not mind readers.
Second
I am.
grievance.
Yeah, okay, second grievance, so with the same person. So, we were on spring break, and, spring break is a week long. She waited till the very last day of spring break, because, we both had, went home.
How the hands up. It just does this. I don't know. It just does this.
I talk with my hands a lot, too. My head.
Same. I have to sit on them when we record the
It's a
show.
whole body movement. People ask me, will you sit on your hands so you, don't move them? And then when I do that, I stop talking. So, not intentionally. But anyways. So
you are a vibe, and I'm here for it.
I relate
so
deeply.
much.
I relate.
So she texted me the very last day of spring break, and she was like, so, mind you, so she already had a dog. This is kind of like a preface. She had a dog with her. And, I would help take care of the dog like a tiny bit, but it's not my dog, so it's not my responsibility. But I would help when I could. Anyways, so she texted me the last day, and she was like, hey, I have a friend, and they have a dog, and they're moving. And if they, and she was like, so do you mind if I bring the dog with me? Because if not, the dog will have to go to a keyword kennel, a kennel where you pay for people to
Like a
take
boarding,
care of
like
the
boarding
dog.
a dog.
Yes, kennel. And then it was the very last day. I didn't have time to think about it, so I said no because I'm not comfortable with that. We only have one dog. We're only supposed to have one dog. We don't need all that extra stuff, And her dog was already kind of annoying anyway. And I like dogs, so her dog just bothered me. Maybe
You have to clarify you like dogs. If you're like, I hate dogs, people are like, get them.
And so I'm like, no. And then she texts me this long thing, and she's like, I can't believe that you would rather have the dog go to the pound.
Whoa!
Exactly. So she changed the language, and she was like, it's not like you helped take care of my dog anyway, which is not true. She was like, you won't even notice, blah, 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 blah.
Were you guys friends before you were roommates?
Because you're not friends now. We know that.
No, we're not.
Or was this like you got put together and you didn't know each other beforehand?
So funny story.
Because it sounds like you two shouldn't be in each other's lives.
No, she's a nightmare from hell, ruining your life. Shut it down.
So I'm from Toledo, so I came here so I could see you guys. So hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
So we actually went to middle school together, and whenever we went to middle school and high school, and both times while we were friends, we were always getting into fights, making us not be friends.
Well, that's your problem then.
Then why did you live together?
Sorry, you went wrong.
And then, okay, so
you know, fix it. If we're under the same roof, this will fix our friendship.
This is a cage match.
So we weren't friends for a while, and then fast forward, I went to Kent State for college. And then she went to a local community college for a little bit, and we weren't friends for a while. But we had a mutual friend, and we kind of thought observing her social media, I guess oh, she's changed her ways. We think that
we profiled her.
Yeah, we profiled
She seems
her.
less worse.
Yeah, she seems less intense. now. And so she was coming to Kent State to like transfer over, and I needed a new roommate. And we were like, okay.
Shouldn't have been nice.
Oh, Janelle. I think
learned
that
here.
part's on you because you knew what you were getting into. I think you knew the type of person she was. I don't think she should ask you for compensation for the laundry. That seems petty. And like, honestly, all of these things sound like two people that have a history of going at each other and fighting since they were like 10 years old. And if you're already like don't like people, then everything that they do it pisses you off.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, no, you're not bringing a fucking dog in here because in 7th grade, and then you know, there's all this like backstory that like all this like history you have.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can't get over that. You're already over the other side of the bridge where you hate each other, and there's and it's gone behind you.
Yeah,
it fell through.
I didn't hate her.
You did somehow inside though. It seethes beneath you a
little bit.
That's why when you got that text message that was like, "Can my bud's dog come over?" You were like, "No." I have the power, and I'm.
But yeah, she did end up bringing the dog anyway, even after I said no.
Oh, dang!
And that was a big thing. And then I ended up moving out.
Good for you.
Thank
you were right. I think you were right. No compensation, and I think you were also right. It's you are allowed to give consent whether you have an extra dog in the house.
Yeah, I would concur. Are y'all friends now? Because my ruling is don't be friends.
Done and done.
Good.
Oh,
dang.
Blocked and deleted.
Blocked
Done and done.
deleted. That's why the quickest way to ruin a friendship is to live with someone.
Absolutely. That's why we have separate rooms on tour. No, I'm kidding.
Separate, yet adjoined.
They're adjoining, and the doors are always propped open.
That is a requirement that we have when booking hotels. We're like, can we have adjoining rooms? And everyone's always like, I guess.
No one ever asked for that.
Like, when we stayed in Austin, she goes, we don't have adjoining rooms. And we're like, this whole hotel? She's like, no.
Nowhere.
We don't. And they didn't. And the hotel room, what did they call it? What's the fancy way they say?
Oh, it's
this is
sleek.
the smallest thing ever?
It's sleek shoebox.
It's boutique.
It's a boutique sleek shoebox.
And you walk in and you're like, where's the bathroom? Oh.
It's behind the bed, like just right next to it. Right up next to it.
The size of this stage, yeah. We got time for
one more
grievance. I heard so many. I heard the one in the back first. So let's do that. We'll see if we get through it quickly. We can do the one up here too. Okay, it was somebody in that vicinity.
Dealer's choice.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name and pronouns?
I'm Rebecca. She, her.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. So this is a grievance with one of our friends. I'm here with our other friend or third friend. We have a big friend group.
Humble brag.
So
pretty popular.
And this is about to not be a humble brag.
Super popular.
We like getting dressed up and having like themed parties together.
Fun.
Like we all go to the Renaissance Fair, that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So our friend, she has had 2 themed parties so far, kind of a third, and they turn in at the party like into a show kind of all about her. Like the activity is drinking because we're young, but like but then like the main like event that she plans is this game where it's like, ooh, compliment me.
Everybody give me a back rub.
Yeah. And like they also
everybody go around and tell me one thing you like about my costume.
We did that though. We did that at my bachelor party. Everybody had to say one nice thing about me. We did do that. It was my friend's idea. It wasn't mine.
But like the last party she planned was mid-century, turn of the century theme, and we were like, oh, the 90s going to the 2000s. She was like, no, the 1800s going to the 1900s.
She was like, it's a 90s party, a 1790s party. Bring your best colonial
So
garb.
did she throw this because she already knew what she wanted to wear? So she's like, how do I get to wear this Victorian gown?
So she told us this because she wanted to wear
era.
something specific, but she told us the theme was like conservative 1800s. And so me and my friend that's here, like we bought like these blouses that are puffy and like these big skirts, and everything is covered because you can't show ankles.
Mm-hmm.
And we get there and she's wearing like only lingerie. And like our other friend is like, oh, it's a lingerie party, and just like takes off and just wears her corset. And I'm like, I have thick arms, no thank you.
Wear those arms.
When y'all show up, do you say, what's her name?
Her name is Sprout.
Sprout?
Like the plant. Sprout, like the plant, like a baby plant.
Sprout. What the fuck, Sprout? You lured me here. You made me dress like this.
Hold on. Did her parents give her that name?
No, that's her chosen name.
Okay. So, do you say, Sprout, what's up? You told us this was conservative, and why are you dressed like that?
Yes.
And what did they say?
She says, well, I thought that this just fit the theme.
She's lying.
So when she tells you the theme, is this in writing or verbally?
It's through our text group.
You have a text group.
So my problem is that she just texted and she's like, let's have another party. This time I want it to be 90s theme. And me and my friend who are here were like, but does that mean lingerie?
Yeah.
Like, wait.
It's the 1990s, man. Before the turn of the century. Tits out everywhere. Butts showing. Assless chaps. Whatever you want to wear.
Like, do you want me to wear grunge or do you want me to wear lingerie?
You got to go Eddie Vedder grunge.
I think that's your interpretation.
Cut the 2 circles out of
you
the front.
You can do like Madonna's 90s or you can do like Pearl Jam 90s. Like, it's up to you what kind of 90s you want to do.
People have been nude throughout the ages. And so I think that's always on theme.
Is Sprout, every time when you show up, is she in lingerie?
Well, that's kind of her outfit choice anyway.
So she just wants an excuse to show off her body.
So I think it's like the theme is if Sprout was a time traveler and she's like, well, if I went to the 1800s, I would dress like this and be like, yeah, they would throw rocks at you. But that's okay because it's all make-believe. I think you beat her at her own game.
Oh, so we were lingerie first.
What's up?
We wear lingerie first.
Yes.
What does that mean?
We just wear it and show up, and if she's
show
not
up.
in it, we're like,
yes. Yeah, I think you show up and you're like in full lingerie, and then if she's like in like a turtleneck and pants, you're like, sorry, Sprout, this is how we interpret the 2000s.
My question, as it is with everything, is what are the consequences for just doing whatever you want? Because I like to, in many cases, just do whatever I want. And we can all, by the way, we all have the freedom to do anything. You can do anything you want to do. You just also have to deal with the consequences. So if the consequences are, she's going to be like, oh, that's not really on theme, but whatever, then just do whatever you want. But if it's like, get out of my house right now. No one wears a bra in here but Sprout. Get the fuck out. And you get like ostracized for your friend group. You just have to like balance, I think, what the consequences you're willing to accept are. But I say, like with almost everything, do whatever you want. It's great.
Is Sprout a handful?
yeah.
We love you, Sprout. But you're a handful.
We love you, but yes.
Is everyone in the friend group like they don't want to like rock the boat, so they just kind of let her like steamroll everything?
No, we're all kind of handfuls.
Oh, okay.
You're all handfuls?
It's a crew of handfuls. Then be a handful, man. Be a handful, baby.
You fight fire with fire. Show up. You show so close to my head. You show up in full on lingerie, and then like that's just what you do.
I think so. Just pull out whatever you want to pull out.
A theme is just a suggestion. Also, it's up to interpretation.
You know what? That is a mantra for life. A theme is just a suggestion. A lot of things are just suggestions, so you do whatever you want to do.
Next theme, do lingerie.
Yeah.
And then there's no question as to what everybody's doing.
Yeah. Or any theme, it sounds like whatever year, just put fucking in the... right before it, fucking in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's like a fortune cookie. You add in bed at the end.
Just 1800s in bed.
Yeah. And then, so do you have the next theme already?
Oh, you said 1990s.
Oh, 1990s.
In bed.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do. As someone who went to high school in the 90s, go lingerie. Go lingerie and, but like plaid flannel lingerie. And Doc Martens.
Flannel thong.
Yeah.
Flannel thong and Doc Martens.
Thong and Doc Martens. That's your outfit right there. Yes. Awesome. Oh. Are we, okay, this person was very emphatic. Last one we can do, and then we have to wrap it up. So I believe this was it this table? Right there. Right there. Oh, right there.
Oh, ready to go.
Right there. You already know.
Very, very quick. My name is Emma. My pronouns are she, hers. So my question is, and I appreciate the legal opinion up there as well as the opinion of the rest of the crowd. My boyfriend wears his jeans to bed. No, I'm not done. He does not wear underwear with his jeans.
You're going to get your weenie caught in the zipper.
Wait, I have so many questions.
Is that a yes or a no? I just need to hear
He
no.
sleeps in them?
He sleeps.
He sleeps in jeans with no underwear?
Picturize.
What kind of top's going on? We got a shirt stitch?
Probably the same shirt that he wore with the jeans.
Wait, so he just rolls into bed and doesn't change?
Does he take off the underwear, put the jeans back on, and then go to bed? Or he's going free balling it all day?
Yep.
Free balling all day. We're getting a nod to a yes. It's free balling all day.
Yep.
Oh my God.
How is that comfortable?
For the last year and a half, I've said no, and he
keeps doing it?
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
Is he here?
No.
He's not? Are you him? Is he you?
Is he wearing jeans right now? Because we know what he's not wearing.
Are you him?
Are you he? No, I'm kidding.
Are you him? Because we have to talk to you. This is him. It's him.
Listen, sometimes I come home from work very late and I just jump in. What do you want me to say?
He's pretty good looking.
Okay, now we all feel bad for him. It's more comfortable to sleep in jeans than to sleep in nothing. And I'm not trying to get in to your business, but it's kind of been brought to our attention.
May I ask what job that you work that you can wear jeans free balling?
I'm in like supply chain warehousing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
You got to make sure stuff gets to and fro. You can't be too bound up if you're supervising.
Emma, how personal of a question am I allowed to ask? I just want to know why you don't wear underwear. Is it a personal preference?
For him or I?
No. I mean,
for him.
I mean, if you want to share, but
I don't know if you do or not.
The pertinent underwear question is to the gentleman. He doesn't want to answer.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a no. Feels good.
No, you don't like it. Okay. I mean, what is your aversion besides the obvious, Emma, to him wearing the jeans in bed? Germs?
Outside clothes in bed is...
Outside clothes in bed is the number.
Yeah, outside clothes. I recently learned that outside clothes and inside clothes are a thing. I never knew that was a thing.
There's some sort of psychopath.
I learned it on TikTok.
I learned it from Paris. He was like, you're not supposed to don't sit on the bed.
Yeah, I didn't know. I will sit on my bed with the clothes I've been wearing all day, and then apparently that's gross to people.
I will. I'm disgusted. I mean, not anymore. We're married now. I gotta respect his boundaries. But yeah, he was just like, don't put your shoes on the couch.
I can see if he's been in a warehouse all day that you don't want those jeans in the bed with you. I can see that. Yeah. So, I mean, I get you're super tired, but what if it was like you just take them off and then that's it? You don't have to put anything else on.
That would be fine.
Deal.
100% nude.
We're going full nude. We did it. We did it. Full nude. Full nude. Oh, no. Or I like not full nude, still t-shirt, no bottoms.
Winnie the Poohing it. We're Winnie the Poohing it.
Oh, well, thank you all so much. You've been such a great crowd. We got to get a kick. We sincerely appreciate all of you coming out tonight. You've been so much fun. Thank you so much to Funny Bone. They've been so good to us, so please be good to them. If you are got a VIP ticket, hang tight in your seats. They're going to tell you what to do, and then we'll come back out and we'll meet all of you very important people. So thank you so much. As always, the devil rules the airwaves.
Keep it creepy.
Thank you, guys.
We love providing Sinisterhood to you at no cost, so if you like what you hear, consider supporting the show by donating to our Patreon. We're a small operation, creating the show for you by researching, writing, recording, and producing it ourselves. Any amount is sincerely appreciated and helps offset the cost of making and hosting the show.
As a thank you, you'll also get some sweet perks like ad-free episodes, a Sinisterhood sticker, membership to our exclusive Patreon Facebook group for those enrolling the airways and getting into it tier, a special shout-out on the show, a monthly bonus minisode, and patron-exclusive video and audio content, including video of us climbing in the gates of hell, which I will cut together for you and have it uploaded this week. We also have Am I the Asshole, relationship advice, Judge Christie, Dear Sinister, Wet It Drama, true crime headlines, and so much more. And patrons in our Getting Into It tier, as we said earlier, can vote on our main feed episode once a month, and that's voting is ongoing now between our 3 made-for-TV crimes that we are planning on covering one of those, as well as our bonus content segment each month that they would like to see us live stream. Our next live stream is Thursday, May 26th at 8 p.m. Central, and voting is happening now.
Mm-hmm. You also have the fun perk of access to our Discord server, where you can connect with other fans in real time and discuss the latest in true crime, share personal ghost stories, or just post adorable pictures of your pets. We hop on occasionally, and we host monthly Q&As on Crowdcast, where you can ask us all your burning questions. This month's Q&A is on Tuesday, May 24th at 8 p.m. Central.
For patrons not in the U.S., you have the option to pay in pounds or euros, saving you the cost of the conversion fee. Annual memberships for all tiers are also now available, and those that select this option will be rewarded with a free month of membership.
For more details on all of this and specific member tiers, visit sinisterhood.com and click Patreon on the top banner. And make sure you stick around after our sign-offs to hear your shout-out.
So many of you have been tagging us in pictures of you sporting your sweet Sinisterhood merch. Keep those pictures coming. If you want some cool swag like t-shirts, mugs, totes, and even clothes for your kiddos, visit sinisterhood.com and click on Shop in the top banner.
The best thing you can do to help us grow is like, review, and follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. And please tell a friend who you think would like us to check us out. It means so much to us and really helps podcasts like us get more exposure. So many people we met at the live shows had brought someone that had never heard of us before, a partner, a coworker, a friend, a sibling, and they were like, man, I'd never heard you before tonight, but I'm a fan now. And we appreciate that so much, like introducing people, or we'd also get so many, they're like, she got me listened to it, and then I binged everything. So thank you guys for word of mouth is the best way to help us out.
And we always promise to put on a good show because your reputation's on the line.
That's true.
So we want to make you look good.
We don't want to make you look foolish.
You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Sinisterhood Pod and like us on Facebook at Sinisterhood. We're also on TikTok and YouTube. Christy, where are you at on the computer?
I am on Instagram at Christy M. Wallace and on TikTok and Twitter at Christy or GTFO. Heather?
I'm on Twitter at MCK versus the world and on TikTok and Instagram at Heather versus the world.
As always, the devil rules the airwaves.
Keep it creepy. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the show on Patreon. Here are your special Patreon shout-outs. Soraya C.
Jocelyn.
Aster Haven.
Deanna Aviano.
Emma Madden.
Betsy Jensen.
Naomi Beckerink.
Kate.
Kathy Rogers.
Frankie Furter.
Ellie Lady.
Caroline Duffy.
Stephanie Tackett.
Maggie Wolf.
Bronte Perry.
Aaron Rollheiser.
Chloe Preston.
Shelby Bussey.
Alicia Browserhouse.
Big Lunch Money.
Katarina Prater.
Kristen.
Sammy Lynn Toth.
Sarah Van Allen Williamson.
Megan Cronin.
Ann Perry.
Aaron.
Kayla.
Jordan Lyle.
Chelsea Armour.
Addison Himmelberger.
Nakia.
Nathan.
Angie Vatipul.
Joanna Holly Howard.
Mindy Price.
Julia Dudley.
And Rebecca Wager. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We couldn't do this without you. We sincerely appreciate it. We hope we pronounced your names correctly. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep it creepy.
Sinister.